the only reason I started racing was because I like building stuff. And I started building race bikes, and then I went racing, and then it's great, and I loved it. But did I really? Because I went and did Pikes Peak in 2014, and it was everything went wrong, and it was a pain in the ass. But it made me realise that's why I race motorbikes, because it's all about building them. Yeah, I do like going fast. Of course, I like going fast, but I get more satisfaction from building the bike to go fast and learning, just fighting against the physics to try and get the thing to go faster, which is what the goal is with this bike here. Even my classic, I'm trying to get that to go faster. I mean, I'm only dealing with 80 horsepower, but I'm still trying to get it to go faster. So it took me a long time to realise that the main reason I started racing was just about building. It was about building stuff, and still now. That's what I've just gone back to where I started, really, just building stuff in a shed. I did struggle working with some of the teams, just because I liked doing things a certain way. But when I was in a team that I felt comfortable with, like I was with Taz, was I with those 4 or 5 years? But I felt comfortable around those lads, and I felt I had confidence in everything that they did on the bikes. Yeah, and that's what, that made my job a bit easier, just about riding the bike. But really, I think that probably held my results back a bit, because I was always thinking about what was going on with the bike rather than just actually getting on and riding it. I was always thinking, what if we change this, what if we change? So I was just thinking too much, because, But I think I got as far as my talent allowed. If I wanted to go any further, I'd run out of talent. But if I wanted to go any, I think if I'd have put a little bit more effort into the actual riding rather than thinking about what the bike was doing, I think I'd have got a bit further. But I've no regrets at all, one bit. Respect for John McGuinness. I've always had respect for John McGuinness. All the time I've been in the game, he's always been the man at the front. When my first TT, I think my first TT podium, he won. Yeah, he won 2005. That was my second TT. Yeah, he won. So I've always looked up to him and had a load of respect for him. John McGuinness. Yeah, I've always seen him as a legend, and he still is a legend, isn't he? He still is. I think he should pack in now. I don't know what you think. I don't know. I think he should take. There's no man out there with any more experience than John McGuinness. Just because he knows when and what to do. He just knows when not to push. And I learnt this from him, I think from 2005. I think he had a problem with a bike and he just pulled it. And I think that's great. The majority of riders in that do try and push through that and just try and get on with it. And that's when you end up coming back in a box, and he knows that. And that's why he's still alive, because he just knows when to back off. There's plenty of old riders. There's plenty of bold riders, but there's not many old, bold riders, which John McGuinness, he wouldn't like to say, but he is old and he's bold. So there's not many of those about, and he's one of them. An old, bold rider, that's a good question, that. Me push bike racing's extreme, and me motorbike racing was extreme. And I suppose this is extreme, because like the fastest man in the world at this point in time is dead with a mile stuff. I suppose, you say that. It's extreme. That maybe holds me back in certain things, because I'm never happy. I thought I'd found the toughest push bike race. I did the Tour de Vide, and I did that, and then actually there is a shorter one, but it is classed as being tougher, which is the horizontal. So I had to do that, and I've done that, and I thought, that's great. But and I maybe had a 2-second window. I thought, great, that's great. That's it, job done. But after that 2-second window, right, I'm doing this. Right, what's next? I'm never happy. And however long it takes, whether it takes me another year, whether it takes me another 10 years to do 300 miles an hour in a mile, once I've done that, I'll be, right, what am I doing now? And I'm looking forward to the day I wake up where I'm just happy. The challenge is, the main goal of this, when I first started this, was to do 300 mile an hour in a mile, 300 mile an hour in a mile, which you can do over here. I'm not having to go to Bonneville salt flats or anything, because it's not physically possible to do it at Bonneville, because you wouldn't get the traction. You can only accelerate about half a G at Bonneville. So you can do that anywhere that you've got about a mile and a half. A mile and a half might be a bit tight, because you obviously need the slowing down space. It's great. I just love doing it, because no one's ever done this before. No one's ever done it. And you're pushing the boundaries of physics. And it'd be nice to be the first man to do it. It's not essential, but it'd be nice. How long is it going to take? I don't know. What's it going to take from this point on? I don't know. I'm just, every time I go out, I want to learn, and I want to account for all these. And I don't know how many hurdles I'm going to have from 272 miles an hour to 300 miles an hour. I don't know. I doubt very much if I went out tomorrow and the conditions were perfect, I doubt very much I'd do 300 miles an hour. But I might do. I don't know this. You've got to wait for the right day, right, perfect conditions, and give it a go. That's the plan.